One of the saddest things that we've told ourselves and the lies that we have believed is that we have no business affecting change in the marketplace. Well, I'm here to dispel that myth, and it's very important that I do so. You see, family, we are the only people in the face of the planet that does not understand the power of economic stability. I mean, on a wide scale. It's so important that we understand how and why this has been taken from us and what it is that we need to do in order to regain the control of our economic future. I want to welcome you so much for coming in, and this is brought to you by Brew Talk, Personal Development and Family Coaching. And I just want to talk to y'all briefly concerning this whole situation of when it comes to the brew and business, being able to affect the marketplace. Family, y'all might be familiar with this term, church versus state. If you know anything about this whole ideology of church versus state, you understand that that actually came out of the Constitution, whereby the rule was made for freedom of religion. That's from the Bill of Rights, from the First Amendment. And so we have the freedom of speech, we have the freedom to assemble, the freedom of press. And one of the reasons why this was instituted was so that there would be religious freedom for people who were coming over from the UK, from the British establishment over into the Americas, so that they would be able to have religious freedom without the government interfering. Well, unfortunately, because of today's society, the idea behind church and state and the definition of it has actually shifted to mean that now, if you are a believer, that you're no longer able to confess your beliefs inside of government institutions, particularly government institutions. So this is why today you have so much going on where teachers and schools are not able to say God, they're not able to talk about the Bible, they're definitely not able to say Jesus, they're not able to use any type of religious rhetoric. They can, however, preach a very secular message. They can even preach a message that is anti-scripture and it is affirming of other religious ideologies. For example, they can talk about the Hinduistic belief of yoga. They can talk about the ideas behind the LGBT community, and they can even have satanic clubs. But when it comes to the word of the Most High Yah, when it comes to the scriptures, there was always a fight. And what you'll hear people saying is church versus state. You can't have church or religion involved in a government established institution. Now this spills over into the marketplace. Believers are actually deterred from using their faith as a mechanism for building their brand and building their business. But family, can I tell you something? This is something whereby evangelicals do not play. They don't play at all when it comes to dealing with governmental institutions, and they don't play when it comes to dealing in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, they mobilize together, they form committees, they form groups, and they fight against draconian measures to stop them from expressing their faith in the government institutions as well as the marketplace. But family, when it comes to me and you, we don't understand these things. So we fight against this. We have bad doctrine that has taught us that it is our duty to just be inside of the four walls of a building and confess our faith there. But outside of the four walls, we cannot speak about our faith. We cannot use our faith as a means to actually inform what it is that we do in the marketplace, in our businesses, in our organizations, in our writing, in all the things that we do. This is used to stop us from building up our economic power. Now, many of us, we talk about reparations, and reparations is very key. It is a debt that is owed. It's not a handout. And it is something in which all of us as descendants of American slavery should be able to have access to. But in the meantime, we're still spending our dollars. In the meantime, we're still going into other communities and our money is escaping our hands. Every 6 hours, our money leaves our hands as opposed to other people groups where they can hold their money for a day, a week, and even so much as a month. Family, this is so important for us to understand that the Most High does not have for his people to be the tail forever. But when we learn to advance, we need to understand that our mindset has to shift. If we look at the book of Deuteronomy, we'll see from 15 to 68 that the curses are laid out for the true children of Yasharal, but 1 through 14 was there for the obedience. And for those of you who are walking in obedience to the Most High Yah, you should be looking for the signs of obedience to follow in your life. You should be looking for the blessings, not only the curses, but you should be looking for the blessings. So we're going to take a look at Deuteronomy 28 really quickly and take a look at those blessings. So we can read from Deuteronomy 28, verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim, to observe and do all of his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy Elohim will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. He said right there that his objective for his people was to set us high above all nations of the earth. All these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Now let's going to skip down because we want to understand exactly what it means when it talks about having plenteous. Verse 11, and Yahweh shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy ground, in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in the season, and to bless all the work of thine hands. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only and shall not be beneath. Of that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh Elohim, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. Now, family, it's understandable that we're still in the lands of our captivity. But the reality is that as we begin to flow in the commandments of the Most High Yah, we should begin to see a change in our circumstances. We should begin to see a change in our family and the trajectory of the next generation. Family, I'm here to tell you that we have to begin to understand that the marketplace is the place where it is that we are supposed to be operating, is the place that we're supposed to be affecting the greatest change. When I tell you that the evangelicals have taken advantage of this, and I mean they have taken advantage of using the word as their anchor to be able to inform the decisions that they make in the various fields of work and organization that they have. I am not kidding. I'm just going to share a few organizations, a few corporations that use the word of the Most High Yah in their evangelical settings to be able to reach their target audience and affect change according to their understanding of the scriptures. As I've mentioned before, Dave Ramsey with Ramsey Solutions. That's a financial corporation that teaches proper money management and stewardship. Jim Daly of Focus on the Family. Mike Little of My Pillow. Jacob Wells of the crowdfunding source Give, Send, Go. It's the alternative to GoFundMe. This extends into industries in the entertainment sector as well. Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ, Roma Downey, The Bible, Dallas Jenkins, The Chosen series, David A.R. White of PureFlix, and the Kendrick brothers, the Christian filmmakers, the ones who did movies like Courageous and The War Room. That's just a small list of evangelicals who have taken their biblical interpretation, understanding of the scriptures, and anchored their businesses and their corporations in order to inform and affect the audience that they're trying to reach to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. They do this and they mobilize and they lobby together. And I think we don't really fully understand how it works in the game of politics. We look at politics from the standpoint of racial or ethical disagreements, why it is that we can't affect change politically. Well, the truth is that when it comes to politics, politics is informed, or policy rather, is informed by lobbying. When you have an actual economic dollar to back you up and go before a public official, then that public official will hear what you have to say. Because we have no economic backing, we go to the politicians and the politicians don't hear a word from us because the only thing that they understand is green. They only understand the power of green. That's why marching doesn't do it. That's why shouting doesn't do it. That's why letters and articles and news appearances don't do it. What does it is the marketplace. What does it is us affecting the marketplace. Now, am I saying that it's our responsibility to go out there and form corporations? Not at all. What I'm saying is our responsibility to take the small businesses, budding businesses, and businesses that we currently have that are blooming and allow them to be anchored in the word of the Most High Yah. Allow the word to anchor our business and reach our target audience. I'm saying that it is very important that we as gurus and believers use the word of the Most High Yah in order to establish and inform our business so that we can reach our base of born again believers, our base of gurus that understand the importance of unifying as one community, Black-owned businesses, unifying as one community so that we can have one solid voice and we can begin to affect real change where it counts the most, in the marketplace. Don't be deceived, family. Don't think for 1 second that using Yah's word in order to establish your business or using his word as a part of your business is unbiblical. It is not unbiblical. Actually, it is biblically balanced. It is backed up in scripture by Joseph. It is backed up in scripture by Daniel. It's backed up by Solomon and David. They all used Yah's word to establish their kingdoms, their businesses, and everything that they did. Even Abraham, who is known as the father of faith, Many of them use Yah's word because Yah's word is there for us. It is there for teaching, correction, instruction. It is there for us to be edified and to use in the earth to affect change. Most of the industries that use their own mechanisms use satanic wisdom. And that is why we're in a world today where the leaders of this world have been using demonic wisdom in order to gain control over the world. If we just shed our light in the marketplace, if we did something as simple as shedding our light in the marketplace, how many lives could we affect? How many lives could we impact? But if we have this twisted mindset that tells us that when we use Yah's word, that therefore we can't grow financially and economically, then we are doing a disservice to our community. So I'm here to support you. I'm using my platform as a means to bring together brew-based businesses through what I call the Brew Business Unite meetup. Now, this is the first, and I don't know if we'll continue to have meetups. It depends on how successful this meetup is. But what I want to do is I want to encourage you to sign up, to register and sign up to meet up with other brew-based businesses to understand the importance of building our community by investing in our community and it being anchored in the word of the Most High Yah. All you have to do is actually just click on that pinned in comment in the comment section to register so that you can be a part of this phenomenal meetup. We will be meeting on Tuesday, June 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a free event on top of that. So there should be no reason why you shouldn't show up. I hope to see you there. And I hope that in seeing you, that we can begin to work together. We can begin to fellowship and pray together, unite, and learn strategic ways for us to reach our target audiences and be able to affect real change in the marketplace. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, this is brought to you by Brew Talk, Personal Development and Family Coaching. You can definitely check out my individual as well as group coaching sessions by also checking in that pinned in comment and getting access to my website to do so. So I'm looking forward to hearing from y'all, and y'all have a blessed day.